What's going on, everybody? Day 22. Day 22. We have a fun topic today. Let's just make sure we're going live on all platforms first. Fun topic today. Don't take yourself too seriously. Now, here's what I don't mean by that. Let's start off there. Um, some people are gonna read that and think, well, aren't I supposed to take my success serious? Aren't I supposed to take what I do on a daily basis serious? Aren't I supposed to take my mission and purpose in life serious? Yes, you take what you're meant to do in this world serious. But what I mean by don't take yourself too serious is not putting unnecessary pressure on yourself for not having it all figured out from day one. I think that while people are in the process of becoming, right, becoming who you're meant to be in this world, I think that a lot of people have this unnecessary pressure of having it all figured out, doing it the right way the first time around, never failing, and all of these wrong expectations create so much pressure that makes you distracted, where all of your focus and energy starts going into the pressures of being perfect, the pressures of doing things right, the pressures of not fucking up. That's where all of the energy goes to. And then you start taking yourself too serious. Oh, I should have this figured out. Oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Oh, I should know better. You shouldn't know better. How could you possibly know? If you've never done the thing that you're learning how to do, if you've never done the thing that you've never done or experienced in your life, how could you possibly know better? How could you possibly know what the right thing to do is? And it's very important that you see things, right, from this perspective where you can take your mission and purpose in life very serious. Like you have to be relentless with getting what you want out of fucking life. But at the same time, you have to be able to compartmentalize taking that mission serious and you learning to have fun with this entire fucking process. Because if you don't have fun with this process of becoming who you're meant to be, who you're purposed to be, then what is the point? W- Most people think that they can just like be this individual, and these type of individuals do exist. And in seasons of my life, I exist that way, who can just tell themselves, just go, just go, push, push, push through, stop being a bitch, blah, 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 blah. There's seasons where you can do that. And then there's some people that literally that's the best way that they operate and they don't need anything else. But majority of people, if you do that and you actually deny self, what happens is you start bottling up all of these negative emotions, all of these things that you actually need to learn how to work through. That the people that you see that say stop being a bitch, they have already learned how to master and process emotions so it doesn't hold them back. But you're comparing apples to oranges and thinking that's all you have to do. You start doing that shit to yourself. Then what happens is you start creating this negative pressure, negative energy. That negative energy is the reason why you're going to stop. Why most people start feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, burnt out. Because what you're trying to do is mimic a philosophy that you have not yet mastered. And so what you're watching is mastery, and so you're copying mastery, but you've never actually mastered what it takes to be there and operate from that place. So for me, when I get to that point where I realize that I kind of taking myself too seriously, what happens is it diminishes the output. It diminishes how much of your heart and soul you put into that activity, which means you're going to have diminishing returns. You're going to put all of that time and effort and energy into that thing. And because you're going to be slayed, you're going to be burnt, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be thinking way too much about the whole damn thing. What happens? Your output is like 25%, 50% of what it could be at 100%. And because your output is far smaller, then what you get in return is even smaller than that. And that's why when I hear people like, "Oh, I just got to push through, right? Oh, I just got to keep thinking, right? Oh, I just got to keep doing the same thing that I've always been fucking doing, right?" I'm like, "No, fucking wrong." Obviously, if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over and you're not getting different results, it's pretty obvious that doing the same thing over and over and over again is not going to yield different results. So what happens is on both sides, right? You do too much in the wrong direction, you're still not going to get results. You do nothing and fucking overthink your way into failure, you still get nothing. You get no results. There's a happy medium where you push yourself and then you think, you reflect. You push yourself, you think, you reflect. So that way you're actually changing, you're pivoting in real time based on what's actually happening. So when you go too far one way, you take yourself too serious because you're just go, 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 go. You don't take enough time to rest, recover, recharge, and reflect because you don't have all of that new information. It's kind of like if you set a GPS and you go the wrong direction and you're like, I'm just going to keep going this wrong direction. Even though if you spent some time looking at the GPS, i.e., reflection, it would have said, turn the fuck around, you're going the wrong way. That's why reflection is good. But some of you guys are like over here, way too over here. You're like way overthinking your entire life, your decisions, blah, blah, blah. And you wonder why you lose years of your life. It's let's just use the GPS again. It's like having the GPS route a fucking thing to the destination you want to get to. And you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and let me analyze if I should go right now or later because maybe traffic's gonna hit. And then if I have to do traffic and it's gonna reroute me anyway, I might as well just wait now versus like doing that whole thing. And then, oh shit, traffic hits. Now there's an accident. Now there's a new variable. I should probably wait until this passes for me to ultimately start driving, making a new decision. Like you're still not gonna get anywhere. You would have probably still gotten there faster, even if you hit traffic, even if there was a car accident, none of that shit. You would still have gotten there faster because you were just moving, taking action, because you could have adjusted in real time. You guys have to remember that however you're experiencing your life, however you're experiencing this journey to you becoming whoever the fuck you envision in the mind, it requires you to enjoy the process. Yes, you can enjoy the suck, you can enjoy the pain, you can enjoy the brutality of life. You can actually learn to enjoy that. I don't mean that you're gonna be smiling to fucking success all the time. You could be dragging your fucking feet. Right? Ask anybody in the military anytime they're getting through any type of evolution, they might be fucking like disgruntled as fuck, but they've learned to be happy. You can have that in success too. You can have that in all of these areas of your life, but you have to become a different monster. You have to become a different beast. You have to be somebody that looks at all of that shit and actually smiles when you think of all the bullshit, everything that you have to go through. Because the reason why you smile is not because you're going through it. The reason why you smile is because you realize who the fuck you just became going through that process. So that's why I'm saying don't take this shit too seriously. It's always I remember when I was in the military, whenever like you just zero fucking sleep, you got a machine gun on your fucking back. It's a lot of weight. I weighed less than I do now. Fucking I was a twig when I first got into the military. I used to fucking hate my life. And at some point I realized that all of us were disgruntled. All of us hated our lives. And then I started laughing at it and I was like, why the fuck why did we choose this life? And we knew that was the best life we could live in those moments. And what happened was by smiling at a shitty situation and how disgruntled we all were, we actually all got closer together. It built camaraderie. We were all understanding that we were all going through the same suffering. And because we were all going through the same suffering, it allowed us to actually enjoy the same suffering, but see it less as suffering and more of this process of being forged. You just I don't know who's taught it. I don't know if it's social media. I don't know if it's whoever the big influencer people now are that just that preach this shit. I believe that because of everybody's upbringing, where everybody's from, we have some things and we have some things we don't have. That formula could have worked. So for example, let's imagine who's a really big guy right now. Let's say David Goggins, right? Stay hard. And just stop being a bitch and just fucking go. You don't need shit, you just need yourself. All of that is true. Now, if I heard that 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I wouldn't believe that's true. I wouldn't download that and be able to apply that to my life. Why? Because I wasn't hard enough. I wasn't hardened through life enough. I wasn't matured enough in the mind to understand what that actually meant. I wouldn't know how to comprehend those words so I can actually take the teachings and run with it. Now, when I hear something like that, I'm like, well, yeah, everybody in the world, all they do is have information overload. Instead of taking action, they choose to like learn and feel nice and pretty inside and feel like now they're prepared. And it's the only way for you to actually get results is to take fucking action. It's like reading about swimming. You can fucking read about swimming all you want. That doesn't make you better at swimming. You can do that shit for a year and you're still never going to be good at swimming until you jump your ass into the pool. You're never going to get better at swimming or go into the fucking ocean so you can get some waves smashed in your face. You're probably going to learn to swim a little bit better and faster because of the unideal conditions. But most people like to go through this process of over learning, right? It's like you guys realize that everything that you want in life only requires a little bit of information. Most people want like overly too much information so that way they feel confident enough to start. But the reality is that fear that they're breeding is the reason why they lack confidence in the first place, right? Confidence is trust in self. So if you need more information, that means you don't trust yourself enough to do what you will with the information you have, thus meaning that you no longer have confidence in self. And so now you go through this like cycle of failure and a self-fulfilling prophecy that you will never actually get to where you want to, because you're literally proving to yourself on a daily basis the more that you become book smart, the less you actually believe in yourself. And that's why most people never actualize, they never get results in their life because they never actually do anything. They just learn. You guys see how like that's a problem? It's too much. So again, don't take yourself too seriously because here's the thing. When people have like perfectionism, they have a fear of failure. They have a fear of fucking up. They have a fear of looking stupid. There's a fear that perfectionism and this desire to be perfect, which doesn't even exist in the world, it doesn't exist. They have this fear that they want to mask so much that they're telling themselves on a daily basis that I'm just waiting for ideal conditions before I can actually take an action, which will help mitigate my failure. But the truth is that entire thought process is failure itself. It's the definition of failure. If you have perfectionism, if you struggle from perfectionism, you're literally failing. Why? Because you're not moving. And if you're not winning, you're losing. And winning is not end state, winning is progress. So if you're not progressing because you're over fucking analyzing the whole situation, you're losing, which equates to failure. The very thing that people that struggle with perfectionism want to mitigate, but they're actually creating it. But if let's say they were like, "Hey, you know what? I'm probably gonna fuck this up. I'm probably gonna look stupid. I'm probably gonna create the first iteration. And it's gonna look like shit, sound like shit. I'm probably gonna get some hate comments. There's probably gonna be some trolls, blah 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 blah, and that's okay. And I'm just gonna learn what I can learn, and I'm gonna do better next time." That's what it sounds like to not take yourself too serious. Just by relieving some of that pressure, what happens? Now you can take an action. Simply by taking an action, now your confidence is going to rise because now you believe that no matter what happens from this end result, I'm still going to do what I need to do. Oh shit, I'm willing to fail. Oh shit, I'm willing to look stupid. Oh shit, I actually don't care about people's opinions and shit. Oh shit, I'm actually like more squared away than I thought. Now all of those little micro wins turn into like this massive win, which is forward momentum. You see how, like, that all started from not taking yourself too serious? How that all started from you deciding that, maybe I'm doing a little bit too much. Maybe I'm trying to control outside variables that I had no right to try to even control in the first place. Maybe that's it. And but just by giving yourself that permission to, like, cool off for a second, you actually take even more action. See, when people think or hear things, because people have fucking selective hearing for whatever reason, and they're usually the people that haven't made it to a level yet they have selective hearing. They're gonna hear, "Don't take yourself too serious." Well, Phil, I don't take myself too serious. I'm never gonna get to the result that I want. So I'm right and you're wrong, Phil. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I talk to them like months later, and I'm like, okay, so did you do the thing? Did you get any further? No, 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 no. Making some progress, the best that I can do, but still trying. Oh, okay. I mean, sounds like you got it going on. I'll check in with you in like 6 months. 6 months later, hey, bro, you ever do the thing? No, I got carried away and then this new thing happened. So now I'm focusing on this. So I still want to do it, but I haven't had the right time. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. When the fuck is there a right time? When is there an ideal time to do anything ever at all in life? Ever. Never. That's the answer. But it's the people that took action, even in unideal conditions, that are the ones that actually started getting closer to their end state. And those are the people that just didn't give a fuck. They're just like, fuck it. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail forward. I'm gonna fail on my face. That's all good. I'm gonna learn everything that I need to learn and I'm gonna grow from it. Even if you guys decide to take messy action, if the way that you process that information isn't with like a positive outlook, and you're just like, well, damn, I kind of fucked all that up. I kind of fell flat on my face. Damn, I just wasted my time. I'm a shitbag, blah, 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 blah. Then negatively, right? You're putting yourself in a negative emotional state and you're gonna what? Anybody? Start taking yourself too seriously fucking again. It's not like a one-time thing. It's not a one-time choice. It's like a all the time thing. When you do this, what this does, it helps with your mental fortitude and it helps with your emotional resilience because you can learn to fucking enjoy the process of failure. Remember, guys, like there's so many people that are like more technically sound in so many different things than me. They've read more books, they've spent more time studying shit, they've spent more time like learning the big words that I don't know. And I'm just like, I don't know half of those fucking words, but I still outperform you. So what the fuck is up with that? I curse in my content, as you guys can obviously hear. I I wear tank tops because like some days it's hot. I don't feel like wearing a fucking shirt, you know? Some of you guys are like, I just need to wear a fucking tuxedo all the time in my videos so people take me serious. And I'm just like, watch the fucking video, don't watch the video, who gives a shit? The right person's gonna watch my videos. You just you have to understand that for you to find your path, you have to make your path. For you to find your way in this life, you have to start creating it. Priscilla, that's me right now, right? Like you can't. You can't. You have to go all in all the time because you guys think that comfort is what you seek in life. You guys think that that's like the thing. Oh, if I'm comfortable, then everything will be okay. No, by being comfortable, that's when you're the most unhappy because that version of you that's literally inside of you, it's calling to you. It's like, hey, do it now. Now. I believe in you already. Just go. I get it. It's not the perfect time right now. You don't have time. You don't have the resources. You don't have this. You don't have that. I get it. But do it. I'm telling you right now, if you do it right now, you're going to get what you want because you're going to fucking do the thing. But what happens? Everybody logically overrides. No, 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 no. I'm not ready. I feel pressure. So I'm going to relieve pressure and build myself up to not feel pressure. Then I'm going to take the action. But what happens? Everybody, life happens. Everything that was like working, where you're just like, I'm just going to wait for like just a few more things to stop freaking me the fuck out in my life. And then I'm going to do it. You guys forget that life waits for nobody. So what happens? Life continues on. More problems occur. More problems occur. Now you have even more variables to consider before taking an action. You guys don't believe me? Write down today. Write down today all of your big bad goals and dreams. Write them down. And then I want you to write down all of the things you're waiting for until you can start. Okay? All of you guys that do this exercise, oh my gosh. It's gonna smack you in the face in a couple months, okay? Because I'm if you hold yourself to it, it's a very you have to give it time though, literally. But it's gonna blow your minds, okay? So your big bad dreams and goals. And then I want you to tell yourself everything that's preventing you from taking action on them today, right now, today. Okay. Um, you can take a picture of it, you can put it somewhere, but you might forget where it is. So maybe take a picture of it. Figure out a way for it to notify you, set a timer, do some shit. Put it on your Google Calendar. Open up the picture in 30 days. Just 30 days. And I want you to read that list in 30 days. And I want you to damn, this would have been a good exercise for day 1 actually, because 29 days, whatever. In 30 days, I want you to see how much of that shit you're waiting for actually changes. But in 30 days, I also want you to add on all the additional shit that's happened that will also cause you not to take action. And then I want you to run that same thing for another 30 days after that. Oh, what a shit show this is going to be. What you're going to find every 30 days, you're adding more to the reasons why you can't start. If you don't believe me, do the exercise. And then some of you are going to knock off like one thing from the list or whatever. And you're going to be like, oh, Phil was wrong. Run it for 30 days. Because unless you started on it, you're still losing. Great. You moved like one thing off that list. Have you started though? and then run it for another 30 days and see how long every 30 days you find more reasons not to start, not to go all in. And then I want you to ask yourself a very critical question at any point. I mean, you can even ask yourself this question now. Am I really that different from anybody else? Does everybody have an excuse? Does everybody have a reason why they can't start? Is that why there's a 99% and only a 1%? Is this the same decision-making process that's keeping me stuck in my life? Am I it? Am I the person that's getting in my way? I'm telling you guys, there is no story, the most inspirational stories in the world. There's not one where it sounded like this. Bob, the way that he got to the success in his life, Bob started off in a regular home, and he decided he was going to be successful. And he did the work and he became successful. The end. There's no story like that. Here's how the real stories go. Bob came from a broken home, started drinking, doing drugs. His parents were drinking, they were doing drugs. Fucking he grew up in the slums. Every single day walking home from school, he would just get robbed. He would get jumped. So many different things would happen to Bob. People pull out guns on him, pull out knives on him. And this guy, Bob, had absolutely no reason why he should ever win in life. Literally, no reason why he should ever win. But there was something about Bob. He told himself, I will never let anybody else take away my power. I will never let anybody else steal from me, show me and tell me who I am because I know who the fuck I am. And so for whatever reason, Bob he just kept going about his day. He started learning more. He started going to the gym a little bit more. And for some reason, he decided to join the military. He said, fuck this. I need to become the hardest motherfucker I could possibly be because nothing in life is easy. Nothing's going to be given to me. Nothing's going to be handed to me. So I have to earn my shit. But I also know my foundation's broken. So Bob joins the military and he spends a couple years in the military and he goes, fuck everything that I fucking learned. I've lost it all again. I've lost everything that I ever knew. I always knew the military. Now I got to learn how to be a civilian. Lost it again. But I'm a little bit better now. I'm stronger now. And he brings all of those negative things that have ever happened in his life to his next evolution. And he crushes it in the corporate world. And Bob is just like, I'm just going to keep getting after mine because for some reason, I still haven't given up. For some reason, I'm still not fucking dead. For some reason, I have a purpose on this planet. And so Bob, he just kept showing up, dominating through his corporate life. He eventually became an entrepreneur because this crazy ass thing happened, a global shutdown. He lost his job, so he had to make another power move. And he had to do it again, show himself again who he was in the process of becoming who the fuck he thought he was. He had to show up again. And nothing was working. He had a baby on the way, and nothing was working. His first 30 days as an entrepreneur, he only made $200. Bob almost gave up. He thought he was just going to be another shitbag dad all over again. He thought that all the bullshit he's ever gone through in his life was going to define him, that it was all going to be true, that he was going to be that failure that everybody said he was going to be, that he was going to be that failure that he thought he was going to be. $200 in 30 fucking days? What kind of dad are you? Those are the thoughts that Bob had. Bob would constantly break down, wanting to give up, getting to that edge every single day until one day it clicked. Bob realized he was spending more time worried about his emotions and less time actually putting in the fucking work to get the results that he wanted that he wasn't even working for. And he realized he was just stuck in this emotional turmoil. And that's when everything changed for Bob. Bob decided to go fucking all into himself. He said, fuck this. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of being the shitbag that is so worried about being a shitbag. I'm actually creating the shitbag. I'm going to fucking work. Every single day, he started dialing in his operating system. Every single fucking day, he started proving to himself that he had the opportunity to be a fucking savage. 30 days later, He made $2,000. That's when Bob realized that he is 100% in command and control of his life, because all he had to do was do the very opposite of all of this negative shit he was putting on. Because why? He was taking himself too fucking serious. He was expecting himself to know answers he could not have possibly known. But because he started taking himself a little less serious, he started dialing in more, dialing in on his operating system, looking at solutions versus problems, started optimizing his mentality. 30 days after that, he made $15,000. He could afford the diapers. He could buy his wife whatever he needed. And then after that, he just kept growing. As he continued to reflect, he realized that he had to fail 1,000 times just to win the one time. But that's what he was willing to do to become who he needed to be for his family. Those are the hero stories. You see how much more failure there is? Spider-Man, Wolverine, who like what other superhero fucking stories? I don't know that many superheroes. Ninja Turtles, I don't fucking know. Think about all of their stories. They had to go through shit. By the way, Bob was me. That was my shit. That's all the shit that I had to go through. And that's not even all the shit. That's just highlights. That was a lot more negative than it was positive. A lot more negative shit had to happen first for a long time before we even got one positive outcome. Imagine that. But here's what everybody wants. Everybody wants 0 negative shit to happen, everything to go perfect, and then to get results and to achieve success in their life without any of the years of failure. I want to be successful. I just don't want to feel the failure, Phil. How do I become successful without ever fucking it up? Fucking it up is the reason why you will be successful. Fucking it up is the reason why you're going to learn everything that you need to learn to become exactly who you need to be. Without those fuck ups, guys, how can you ever actually be confident in who you are, in your teachings and what you're saying and how you're living? How could that be possible if you don't learn from extracting the teachings from all of the failures that need to happen for you to get to where you want? How is it possible? It's not possible. It's not at all possible. So the very thing that you guys are trying to avoid, which is this like this failure, this looking stupid, this like not being a good place to start again. All of that shit are all the same reasons why you're actually going to change your life, why things are going to get better, because you're actually going to learn from the teachings. So if you prevent yourself from ever experiencing those failures, especially after you just hit a massive failure in your life, you're going to prevent yourself from like your next level. You're literally holding yourself back from your next breakthrough. And that's what happens because sometimes you guys are taking yourself way too fucking serious. And you're just like waiting for everything to be perfect. You're waiting for it not to hurt. But guys, it's gonna fucking hurt. It's gonna fucking hurt. It's gonna hurt to become who you need to be. It's gonna hurt to get the body that you want. It's gonna hurt to get the mindset that you want. It's gonna hurt to get the emotional control that you want because you're gonna have to work through all of the emotions you've been fucking bottling up. It's gonna hurt to have that spiritual willpower again and connect. It's gonna hurt to find success. It's gonna hurt to rebuild your marriage. It's gonna hurt to do anything that you actually want in life. All of it's gonna hurt. So why not fucking smile while you're disgruntled? Why not learn how to embrace the suck? Why not learn to roll with the punches and literally practice everything we've been talking about for the past 22 days? Why not learn to live and operate life from that place? Because when you live and operate life from that place, and you know that you're gonna experience the same shit, none of the events are gonna change. You're still gonna go through all the bullshit, but now you're gonna be able to completely control how you experience all the bullshit. Now it's not like this massive fucking hill that you dread on a daily basis having to go up. Now it's like, yep, I was prepared to go up that fucking hill. I was prepared to go through the dark times. I was prepared to do whatever the fuck I had to do. And all of the shit that I thought was going to happen that was negative, all that negative shit, is what had happened. It fucking happened. Exactly as I said it, exactly as I saw it. All the negative shit, it fucking happened. And guess what? I got through it just like I said I was. See, when you guys start stepping into your power again, that's how you start talking about shit. It's not, oh, it happened to me. It's no, I expected it to happen. Yeah. I mean, of course it was going to be difficult, but that's what it is. And then for some reason, you start speaking different. For some reason, you just start talking about your experiences different, and people are going to look at you like, what the fuck? Why are you talking about it like it was nothing? That sounds like a lot. Because in your mind, you're like, because I became who I needed to be, where I could handle that shit. Right? It's kind of like, I'll leave you guys with this. It was kind of like when I first joined the Marine Corps, right? One of the biggest reasons why I want to become a machine gunner was because I saw machine gunners carrying the 240 Bravo on their shoulder, one shoulder, and they were walking around, and I was like, "What the fuck? These guys look fucking strong, bro. These guys are like carrying these massive guns, and they just look fucking strong." Like I was like, Jesus. Like I'm pretty sure those are heavy ass guns. And when I became a machine gunner, even though I started with seeing them, I don't even know who the fuck they were. They were just in a picture of just straight of like 3 gunners just walking in a line, right? When I became a machine gunner, I was like, "Jesus Christ. All of this shit is heavy as fuck." You got the small machine gun, medium machine gun, you got the fucking 50 cal, the Mark 19. Fuck. And these guys were carrying it like it was nothing. This is actually a lot. This is something. So even though I held the title, I wasn't built yet mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And over the years is where I learned how to embrace the suck, embrace the struggles, being disgruntled. I embraced all of it. And then eventually I started carrying guns just like them. I started looking exactly like them. And I'd just be like, what the fuck is this? This is nothing. It's not because the weight changed. I got stronger. Just like the same thing is going to happen for you guys. Nothing in life is going to get easier. You're just going to get stronger. But the only way that you're going to find that strength is not by not picking up the fucking gun. It's not putting it on your fucking shoulders. It's grabbing that fucking piece of iron and steel, slapping it on your fucking neck, and even if it fucking hurts, you just own it. That's when you become who the fuck you know you could be. And that's where you stop doubting yourself, stop fearing the unknown. And when you fuck up and smash your fucking face into the ground with a machine gun on your neck and just fucking give yourself a bloody nose, you're just like, ah, fuck. Well, nobody else is going to be able to tell the story but me. Jesus Christ. Then every fucking Marine that you pass by, just like, Jesus, you lose a fucking fight? Yeah, I lost a fight to my fucking shoes. I tripped on myself. Got smacked in the back of the head with a gun that smacked my face even more into the fucking ground. And you just have to learn to enjoy all the stupid shit that happens along the way. So, anyways, guys, don't take yourself too serious. Just understand, like, this is a journey. This is an entire lifetime of experiences you're gonna have to go through. And the faster you can just enjoy the good, the bad, the ugly, and stop trying to resist that from happening and only live in the good and the awesome, the more that you accept that life is gonna make you fall to your fucking knees and beg that you're not gonna give up. And you actually have to surrender to the path. When you finally accept that that's part of the process, you learn how to smile through all of the shit. And what you'll find is the moment you start smiling and enjoying all of the bullshit that you're currently experiencing, the variables won't change, but for some reason, it's gonna feel like you're not even carrying any weight anymore. It's just another day. It's just another thing. All right. So I'm excited for you guys to experience that again. All it takes for you to do is jump into the very things that scare you the most, figure out how to fucking get it done. Because again, if there's somebody else in this world that was in that your exact same position, and you can genuinely be honest with yourself and ask if somebody else more successful than me was in my exact same position, would they be able to do more than I'm doing right now? And when you're brutally honest, where the answer is yes, that somebody more successful than you right now, if put in your exact position, would make different moves, you just got to ask yourself, well, what the fuck's the difference? And you got to ask yourself, If the moves that you're currently making right now lead to failure and they would do different moves, what moves would they make that would lead them to success? And again, that's how you start forging your path. All right. So again, make sure you guys go back to the recording, do the homework exercise, all your big bad dreams, everything that you want to accomplish in life, every reason why you can't fucking do it right now. And every 30 days, just keep adding and subtracting from that list. But just remember, it's a trick test because the whole point is you're gonna spend more time convincing yourself why you can't versus just fucking doing it right now. All right. 22 days, guys. We got officially 7 days left. 7 days left together. So appreciate you guys joining in for the training. Make sure you guys do the exercises and fucking go get some. Peace.